Muted.
Okay, and I'll have everybody mute. Thank you. All right.
Michael's still not muted.
Okay, Michael, I'm gonna have you mute yours, all right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, I got it. Okay. Namaste, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And always wonderful to practice, to share in our sadhana together. Just so you know, the yoga, we know what yoga is, union, but we're really in life, we're trying to move from, I know I am, and most likely you are too, that are on the call, move from self-limitation to self-realization. So our limited concepts and thoughts and in our mind dropping into the depth of realization of pure awareness in our heart and our spiritual eye and our upper chakras and our throat, our expression. We're moving toward self-realization, and that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. We will get started returning to the fullness of our heart, and I will step back here. Okay, make sure people are on. I'll be checking the camera intermittently. So rooting down, coming on to our to the seat, the root chakra. And just start to feel at the root, the connection deep into the earth, our security, our stability, our connection. But then we want that energy to flow through the entire spine. And then just notice as you just start to inhale and exhale, if you can tune into the energy of the upward current moving through the chakras and our second, our third, our fourth, I'll briefly talk about it, up to our spiritual eye, crown of the head and beyond, the connection to the infinite. And the exhale, we're taking in. Really just maybe even take a moment and go to the fourth chakra, crossing at the thumbs and breathing into the fullness of the heart, or invite the heart to expand into fullness. Hear that oceanic sound, most audible at the throat. We're going to affirm by reaching our arms up, expanding my thoughts and energy, rise up to touch the sky. So that energetic movement of the inhale, it's called the ascending current, and the descending current, we're taking that light, pure awareness energy that's here, and just returning back into our heart center. Of course, the energy goes back down to the earth as well. And let's take a 4 rounds of a 4, 6, 8 count, meaning inhale for 4, hold for 6, exhale for 8. So first exhale through the mouth. And then inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath, focus at the spiritual eye. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Continue. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Focus the spiritual eye out in front of you. 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you want, the hands can come down. Feel from the root chakra rising up. 3, 4. Hold the breath. Let that light of the spiritual eye permeate the entire system. You count on your own. Find a rhythm, a pace that works for you. And just feel maybe the subtle currents of the central channel, the nadis and the sushumna, the energetic spine, being cleared of the limitations with our intention of bringing the energy upward and letting that light pour through our body from the upper chakras, permeating all the cells and the fullness of the heart. So we're letting that divine infuse our humanness. Okay. The great intention, whatever you'd like to hold your intention, let that speak to you now. All right, circling around with the shoulders, fingertips on the tops of the shoulders, circling 2, 3 times in one direction, and then in the opposite. So heart expands out through the shoulders, through the arms. And then go ahead and circle, get into our first and second and chakras, creativity, fluidity, safety, security. And of course, there's opposites of those. So we want to expand into some of those qualities I just mentioned. There could be guilt that gets lodged in the second chakra around the hips. So we want that to open up and flow, less stuck. Okay. Now, I typically, how I orient sometimes classes, I'll have the bridge pose at the end of the class. If we have time, we'll see if we could do it at the end. But I wanted to start specifically at the beginning of class and have a block by your side, because the theme of the class, the bridge, we are bridging those limited self thought loops. We're training our brain basically from a lot of times some negative thinking or just a lot of spinning to come back into self-realization versus self-limitation. Okay. Okay, so we're going to bridge, and our job as awareness is to definitely feel when we're in self-limitation, note that and like, okay, what can I do to come back, to bridge back to divine realization, to come back into the upper chakras here. So I'm going to use a bridge pose, and the affirmation here is use every thought as a bridge back to my divine center. So if we're using a blanket, it's a good idea to have your head off the edge of the blanket. Yay, keep joining. You made it. Hug those knees in. Perseverance. The technology. Keep trying as we circle around. Opening up the hips. Open to our flow, creativity. And then just doing some warm-up bridges, basically. Feet are hip width apart, large toes are turned in. If you want more dynamic energy, you could put the block between the thighs, and that makes sure that everything's engaged. It's nice to have a foam block. I only have a wooden block here right now. But see what you can. You could do this without a block for sure, this beginning part. We're going to inhale and ripple up. Shift the weight onto the backs of the shoulders, the inner thighs engaging. We have that block there that makes that happen. And we're not holding it long, we're rippling down. We're just kind of using this as a warm-up. We're going to arc and curl a Pilates, arc and curl, dig the sacrum into the earth. Flatten the back. Flatten, feel the spine connected to the earth, and then lift off. Inhale. You can add the arms here, interlock, make a small plate circle. Every thought can be a bridge back to my true soul nature. Or perhaps we're already in our true soul nature, already whole, pure awareness, already free. Ripple down, arc, dig the sacrum in, flatten, engage. One more time, ripple up. Inner thighs drawing toward one another. If you want to interlock, you can. Reach those knuckles toward the heels. Every thought could be a bridge back to my true nature. And then we want to just stay as much as we can in the fullness in the heart. A foundation of wellness. Ripple down. Arc. And flatten. And this is called bridge walking. This next one is we're going to lift up the hips and just lift up the right foot and then tap it down on the ball of the foot. We'll do this 2 more times. Inhale, engage. We'll feel it takes more strength. And tap. Use the power of the breath. Inhale, pulse up. And tap down, ripple down. Ooh, arc. And flatten. If you're ready, the next side. Come on up into bridge. Press through the right foot. You can turn the toes out slightly if that helps the balance. Lift the left leg and tap down. Tap onto the ball of the foot just for a moment. Lift up and tap down. More balance required here. Inhale and tap down. When you're ready, ripple down. Okay, give ourselves a treat here. Hug our knees in. Open up the hips by drawing the knees apart. And then going in the opposite direction. Lots of ways to train the brain. If you find you're going into a negative loop, we bring it back with 1 gratitude. 3 to 5 is ideal, but 1, just start with 1. It could be simple. What are you grateful for today? Just see what comes up for you. Like those knees in. We're going to stay with the bridge a little bit more and use our block. So this time, sure I'm doing it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We're going to put our block between the feet. Okay. Now, again, it's better to have a foam block, but do what you can. Now you're trying to get this 90-degree. It's a very core strong here. Our first chakra, root chakra, as we exhale, and has to have that engagement. The block doesn't touch, it almost touches, and then we come back up. Okay, you do it without the block, but it's more intense. Exhale as the block comes toward the earth. And then we're just lifting our legs back up. So you can see how much more engagement happens with the prop. Just 3 times. And lift up. I'm going to take the block out and go ahead and come into a figure 4 to start with that right knee toward the right hip, flexing through the right heel. Drawing the right knee away from you. Hip opener, reaching through, using your elbow. Reaching underneath the left knee. You could stay in the classic figure 4, or you could go for that hamstring extension. You can use a strap around the ball of the foot or grab the large toe behind the calf. Keep opening the right hip and breathing. And just feel as we were breathing in the classic seated pose to start. Now just continue to return to the central channel of the spine. And the root chakra up through the crown. Follow that energy field on the inhale. And then on the exhale, maybe feel the fullness of the heart opening, the expansion of that unconditional love energy. Ideally, and so in the yoga practice, we're softening our individual egoic self with all its desires, needs, and wants to see, what does the divine want? What does the pure consciousness want today? How do I want to create from that place today as the divine, as the doer? That is completely valid. We're human, we're in our desires, needs, and wants, but if we want freedom, the yogis are saying we need to go to the upper chakras and then let the upper chakras inform our karma yoga, our whatever we're doing throughout the day. Hope that makes sense. Left knee draws in, flex through, and then bringing our figure four position in that triangle space, reaching through. And Hatha yoga is one part of an eightfold path, just letting the body release the stuff so we can feel that pure awareness that's here. And then move from that. All right, using your elbow as a wedge, maybe extending that right leg. Opening up the hamstring and the left hip simultaneously. Return to that central channel or wherever, yeah, feel that root chakra on your next inhale through the crown, beyond the crown. Cleansing, healing our body cells. No, we're in the central channel, we're in non-duality. Shifting from all these opposites. See if you just can keep returning to the fullness of the heart, the unconditional love of the heart. And then releasing, and you're ready. Folding your left knee in. And then just stretching out. Stretch, stretch, stretch on the ground. Notice how the low back arcs. Try to draw down a little bit more just to protect it. Stretch. Draw the inner borders of the feet together. We're going to clasp the right wrist and arc it over to the left. And are lying down half moon. Affirming strength and courage fill my body cells. Strength and courage fill my body cells. You can add to it to help me deal with the challenges of the human life. And back to center. We know what they are for you personally. Clasp the left wrist, arc it over, keep energizing through the legs. As we stretch and open the side body and invoke the affirmation, strength and courage fill my body cells. It's important to ask for help, helping me to move through whatever the challenges I'm facing in life right now. We were talking earlier, Ganesha is a God to pray to, one of many, to let those obstacles help us with strength and courage to move through those. Whatever deity or personal prayer works for you, make it your own as we come back to center. And these affirmations are from the Ananda School of Yoga, based on the teachings of Paramahansa Yogananda. So want more reference points to where to attune to those more. We're gonna rest on our side and come over and just flowing, not quite standing yet. We're gonna do a little bit of a balance pose. I'm gonna grab just a sip of water here. Okay, so go ahead and get the knees underneath the hips, the wrists underneath the shoulders. And just notice what happens when you tuck the chin a little bit. That draws in not only the navel, but the third chakra right here, that right use of power. This has a lot to do with decision making, planning what to do. We want that in our connected, always everything connected to the heart and our wisdom self at the sixth chakra, our seat of intuition. So the yoga always works with all these chakras, but if you're having some hard or just decisions to make, that can be difficult. Just be aware of this third chakra energy, getting that in the right alignment. All right, so one cat stretch, scooping out, looking up, and the exhale rounding. Really drawing the navel to the spine, the chin, the hollow of the throat. Expression. Now find that neutral spine. And we're going to draw the right knee in, left leg out. Lift the left leg, hips even as possible, toes pointing down, right arm extends. Finding our balance, good for our brain. Now the difference here is we're going to bring our right arm out and our left leg in, closer to the sideline there, and then exhale. Doesn't have to be high with that back leg. Again, we'll do this 2 more times. And right arm out, left leg to the side. Keep flexed, keep focused. And then back to center. Even hips as possible. 1 more. Extend out. And then come back. And release that hand, turn the toes under, press open that left calf. Before we go to the other side, let's take a full body stretch. Downward facing dog. So knees bend, hover the knees off the earth. Engage core as we feel calmness, peace radiate through every cell of my body, every fiber of my being. And gently just undulating here. You could stay stable. If you are stable, make small circles with the head. Just feel that wonderful blood flow to the brain. This is always great to do for the training the brain, just to literally shift the energy from overthinking, negative thinking, just like literally shake it out. Shake it out, get it in the right alignment. And then we come back onto the knees. Notice the difference when we tuck our chin in gently, elongate the spine. That just sets up that central channel system. And then we reach through our right leg, lift up, and don't turn the hip out to the side. Okay, your toes are facing down, that'll help. And then the left arm extends. Of course, opposites. And then when you're ready, bring this left arm out to the side, the right foot towards the body more. And then back. Even out those hips. Challenge, and then over again. Left arm out to the side, right leg to the side, and then back. Hips even one last time. Inhale, reaching, extending, and then coming back. Excellent. All right, turn the right toes under, push back, left hand down, push back into that right calf, pulse a little bit. And then the knee touches down. Tuck the chin slightly to find, when you do that, you'll light up that central channel. You'll feel that. Lift the knees off the ground a couple breaths this time. Hear that oceanic sound at the throat. Also for creativity, reaching back, pressing into the base of the fingers. This time I'm going to tread it out. Bending one knee. Get those cross diagonals going, then the other. But we're still affirming. And affirmations we know are so helpful to bring us back into that right alignment. Calmness, peace, radiate through every cell of my body, every fiber of my being. And again, this is the Ananda affirmations. If you'd like to add something you're working on, make that apparent for you in your affirmations. And then stepping one foot forward, then the other, then walk the hands back into our forward fold. Soften the knees a little bit if you want massage. The ego where it gets jammed, just let it open up into the sixth chakra, our seat of intuition and wisdom, into the crown, the 1,000-petal lotus. So we could affirm letting go of, again, training the brain to release any limitations and things we can't control. The serenity prayer you can use here. Controlling what we can, the wisdom to know the difference. And you want that wisdom to be from our higher self, from our sixth chakra, our crown, our heart. Releasing any unnecessary mental burdens that are just, a lot of times just keep looping and spinning and really don't take us to higher consciousness. All right, bend the knees, but we can return because that's our true nature. It is our higher awareness. Arms reach back, slicing through negative thinking, and then we're rising up. Inhale. Coming to lift off our heels, and then also feel the space all around us simultaneously. So, swirling prana within us and all around us. You go with the up to the shoulders. And then come back to mountain. Sometimes this is the hardest pose for people. And sometimes myself, to come into stillness versus movement, right? There's always some kind of movement going on, but to not move around a lot. Let's just see what happens here as we root down, connect deeply to the earth, and then the next inhale, feel the pranic flow, the energy, breath, prana moving up the spine, through the spiritual eye, out in front of us, arm width. And then beyond the crown to the sky, take in that higher chakra frequency and let it pour through the spine. into the earth again. So take a couple rounds of full yogic breathing. Now we tend to focus on belly, chest, crown, the classic way to yoga breathe, but we're going more subtle into the central channel, the non-dual awareness, neutralizing those waves of opposites. And maybe just let that light pour through. And then bring the hands back to the heart crossing, feel the fullness of the heart. Just keep returning throughout the day. Literally, sometimes just place my hands here. Feel that warmth, feel that compassion. Bring others in with our compassionate awareness. Just know that intention is there for compassion, for love. Now we'll go into vinyasa flow. Okay. All right, coming to the front of our mat. Make sure you have a blanket behind you because we'll need it for our hip openers here. Saluting to the light within. And let's actually bring our hands at the spiritual eye or the knuckles, that light within. Just know it's there. And we're opening to that light, into that light of the sun outside of ourselves, that we are that ray of light, that individual ray of light. We're connected to the light. And others are connected as well. We're all connected, whether we know it or not. But we're now consciously connecting. Arc it back. Inhale. Rise up and swan dive forward. If you want a deeper heart opening, interlock and come forward that way. Pulse a little. Release the hands into the classic forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, elongate the spine. That could be here, the hands on the shins. Notice that little tuck of the chin so we don't over arc the back of the neck. And then bend the knees. Step that right foot back. So just our classic lunge. Left knee, left ankle perpendicular, stretching forward. And then reach into that back heel. Forward and back. Okay, now we're going to bring our right knee down. This is where we need the blanket for most of us. And we're going to come up, tailbone down. And we're going to bring our upper body into the half moon. So we're going to stretch our arms above the head and let the thumb, index finger touch, the other fingers wrap around. Thumb wrapping around, the index fingers extending. And we're reaching up. And then on the exhale, we're bending the elbows, releasing the shoulders down, releasing the hips. Now, we're not twisting to this or arcing to the side, but we can use that same affirmation if it speaks to you. Strength and courage. Fill my body cells. They have the strength and courage to work through the challenges of life. Keeping ideally connected to my higher self, wisdom self, as we work through these challenges. And we're not on this planet without challenges. We're here to grow. Okay, and arms out to the side. Now we're gonna add a twist. We're gonna add a twist both ways. So first time we're facing, I kind of think of your expanded heart to the right side, even though it's to the side, okay? And then we come back to center. But now notice the difference when we twist to the other side. Could be a little tricky. Try to keep that core engaged to protect your core. And then back to center. Now we're just gonna add on to this one, okay? We're gonna twist to the side and bring our left hand inside that left heel. And we're gonna turn it into a bent knee triangle lunge. So come off of that knee, reach up with the right arm, open the toes of the left foot, and then maybe extend strongly, strongly through the right side of the body, allowing energy and joy to fill my body cells. Energy and joy, fill my body cells, getting the gunk out, the stuckness out, negative thinking, stuck energy in the body. That's what we're doing. And every time we practice, let that right hand come down. Okay, walk the left foot out to the side, deepen into our inner thigh, hip opener here. You can use a bolster or blanket on the floor, rolling onto the little toe side of the foot, left foot, as we ease. Back foot could be either flat, the right foot, or toes turned under. Getting that deeper hip opener here. You're tuning into the oceanic sound in the throat. So you see a sense of what do I want to express today from that heart creative center, from the fourth and fifth chakra. What is that? Something I want to, maybe could be something easy like flow, fluidity, ease, grace. Okay, now we come back up in our lunge. This could be a lot, I realize that. We did that twist, face toward that left knee. Okay, we're twisting. We bring the hand down. We come off of the right knee. The core rotates from the right corner of the abdomen to the left. And then we stack those shoulders. Your neck's okay. You're looking up. If not, you're looking down or to the side. So as life gets more challenging, twisting, turning, churning, we can still stay connected. In fact, it's even more important to stay connected, right? Stay connected to energy and joy, filling my body cells, or divine truth, filling my body cells. Keep breathing for 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Come down. We're going to flow through. We're going to bring that left hand inside, set the left foot back to plank. Rock forward, rock toward the heels. That's where the chin position is. Puppy pose, knees touch down, arms reach out, 90 degrees angle here as we stretch forward. Wonderful for the back of the heart, shoulders. And then we transition onto the forearm plank. So reaching back. And then tops of the knees touch into our Sphinx. All right, legs are strong. So we're feeling this gentle back bend, and just imagine the crown, the 1,000-petal lotus, so the crown opening, all the chakras opening upright. That downturn, that's when we're in there funky stuff. We could shift that. Of course, that's so many ways of what the yoga practice does. We're going to bring our fingertips in and hydrate in the figure 8 with our shoulders. Again, thank you, body, for showing up today. And tuning to the pure awareness, It's already whole, it's already free, it's already here. We're gonna rise up to meet the opportunities of this day. Legs strong. Inhale could be partial cobra. It could be full half cobra or full cobra. Knees off the ground if it's full cobra. Stick out the tongue, eye gaze up. Couple more times. Really get this stuck energy out. Knees touch down. Excellent. And let's just take a nice wide prayer pose. Knees wide, arms stretch out. Resting at the sixth chakra, the spiritual eye. So sometimes it's good to have pressure there, just touch there to bring the awareness there. Inviting ourselves to live more from that higher consciousness, the seat of intuition. Our individual self, that ray of the sun, is uniting yoga, uniting back to our, whatever you call that, pure awareness, divine self, fullness of heart, radiant being, whatever that is for you. There's a definite upward energy, and then we're going to do the whole flow to the other side. So we'll do our knees underneath us. We'll go back to down dog, full body stretch, toes turned under, hover. Engage core, flow with your down dog, stabilize, or a combination. Press into the base of the fingers. And just allowing that natural peace to radiate. We're turning to our natural, true self, radiate through every cell of my body, every fiber of my being. Most of us are works in progress of returning to our true natures here. This practice is to keep returning. So a few souls that have an awakening and stays imprinted in them, but most of us are, it's a continuation of returning, even though it's already here. All right, walking our feet one at a time forward, then the hands, relaxing and casting aside unnecessary mental burdens, catching that awareness. We'll know when we're feeling our thoughts aren't really helpful. And then we come back to the heart. We bend the knees, we slice it out, and then we rise up. We slice out. And we rise up, and rise up again. And we feel the space around us, and we'll get into this second chakra more, this hip. Anytime we do circles like this, it's going to help us just to ease some stuckness out. And then move into the right power decision to the fullness of the heart. Just saluting that light within, opening up, or it's here, we're just knocking at the door to receive, to ask. Saluting to that light within, to higher consciousness, to the wisdom, to return, to allowing our 1,000-petal lotus to open up. We can actually open it up. We could do a symbolic receiving, expansion and receiving, asking and receiving to that 1,000-petal lotus, higher wisdom, bringing that back into this individual form, this individual expression. As we exhale and hinge forward and bringing others with us, with our attention, to open up to their highest good and wellness. And that's for each individual soul to attune to. It's so great to share together like we do in practice together. Class. All right, bend the knees, and we're going to do the same thing too with that left foot coming back. And right knee ankle perpendicular, reaching forward and back, forward and back. We're going to come down eventually on top of that. I'm going to set my foot in on top of that left knee. Maybe walk the right foot out to the side a bit. Tailbone down. Inhale, reaching the arms up. So now we know where we're going. It might go a little bit faster, but with awareness, okay? On the exhale, open the heart, expand the arms, and just try to have the hips frontal facing, even though the torso is twisting to one side. Ooh. Back to center. And twist into the other side. And then from this other side, we're bringing our right hand inside. I forgot to say you can use a block here. The instep, coming into our bent knee lunge triangle. Turn the left foot out to the side, reaching the arm up. It could be extended over, and affirming energy and joy. Fill my body cells. Energy and joy. Fill my body cells. Make sure to ungrip those right toes. Reaching up and coming back down. Deeping into our hip opener. Walking our right foot out to the side. Toes turn out. Bring that right forearm down, or on a bolster or block, or bolster would be better, blanket. Block would be hard. Rocking side to side. So deep hip opener, inner thigh opener, and that rocking, that soothing energy. Compassionate energy. Most of us aren't just, we are born with it, but then it gets deconditioned through life, and we want to return to natural love, wisdom, compassion of the heart, cultivating that as mindfulness practices. Just like we would teach little kids if they're tantruming or whatnot, okay, I get you're angry, I get you're upset, but let's try to walk it off, use some affirmations. Attending to ourselves in different ways. Okay, coming back. Coming back to the upright. And then this is, I'm at a hip request, so this is very deep on the hips, this flow. You could return to these practices if you like. Inhale. And now we're twisting toward that bent knee. We're bringing our arm down. Let me demo with the block. You can use the block by your instep. Let the floor rise higher. Then we come off of that knee, twist from the left corner of the abdomen to the right, and then extend. Again, if your neck, check it out. Just kind of look, not straight down, but out to the side. If your neck's okay, lift up and affirming energy and joy, fill my body cells, or whatever affirmation speaks to you. If this is too much with the arm, keep it up. If it's too much on the shoulder, we could bring it down like this. Energy and joy, fill my body cells. And then lower down. When you're complete, anytime you want to come out, you can. Time you want to hold it longer, of course you can. And then we flow, our vinyasa classic flow. So we're going to step it back to our plank. Tuck the chin gently. Rock forward and back. This could be a knee, chest, chin chaturanga or classic chaturanga. And we're going to soar up on our locust wings of joy. Arms reach back, recharge the spine. Inhale, lift the upper and lower body and the arms. Soaring up on our wings of joy. Exhale, soften. Pulse up again. Recharge. Exhale, ease. This time as we recharge, you can reach out to the side with the arms if you want. And then just take a moment before we go into cobra to rest at the spiritual eye. Feel the fullness of the breath. Feel if you can feel that current of energy rising up the central channel of the spine to the spiritual eye. And then back down on the exhale. On the inhale, you could say the word I. On the exhale, am. You could use the Sanskrit word Hong, H-O-N-G. On the inhale, Sa, S-A-U. I am spirit. Spirit is within me and all around me. So mantra, very, very, very key. Yogananda says it's half the battle, chanting mantra. Keeping our vibrational attunement with sound and with truth, the truth of our nature. As we rise up in our cobra, hands underneath the shoulders, legs strong, rising up to meet the opportunities of this day. Open heart expansion, legs strong. Lion's breath 2 or 3 times. Excellent. Knees touch down if they're not already. Rounded cat, opposite for a moment. Sucking the chin in, drawing the navel to the spine. And then neutral spine for yet another wonderful down dog. We'll lift up the hips. Magnetize the heart, tune into the fullness of the heart. And tune into calmness, peace, radiate through every cell of my body, every fiber of my being. You can make some figure 8 side to side if that speaks to you. Get creative. Creative in the throat chakra, but ripples through the entire body. Stabilize. And then come back to our forward fold. Resting the palms at the hollows of the elbows. Equal weight between the heels and ball of the foot. Shake the head gently. Again, we're going to just let those unnecessary negative thinking or thoughts release. And then we're bringing in, we're training our brain. We could do the 3 to 5 gratitudes. A lot of different research in psychology for 1 negative, you want 5 positives. So if you'd like, reach back with the arms, and if you haven't done a positive I am today, we can do that now. I am kind, or I'm working toward patience, whatever it is for you. Slicing out its opposite. Using gratitude and affirmations. Showing up today. Attuning to my chakras and my higher self. That's here, that's whole, that's free, that's always here and whole, that's free. But it's this individual self that's just wants to come back. All right, breathing in, and let's do our mountain pose. Stillness is, the breath is moving, but our outer body isn't as much. That energy moves through the central channel to the upper chakras, our higher consciousness. And then we're receiving that light, wisdom, energy, peace, the right use of power. Feels safety and security versus the opposite, insecure, unsafe. This is feeling creative and expansive versus shut down and stuck or guilty. Getting those chakras in the right alignment. And they're vortexes of energy. There's 7 main ones, but there's many more. The nadis and the circuits of energy connect us to our well-being, to the right alignment. All right, we're gonna, oh, time's flying. I know we started a little bit later, so we have one standing pose of flow to go before we do some flow calming poses. Okay. I'm gonna move the blanket out, so we're gonna do a Virabhadrasana 1, a warrior 1 with a balance pose. So we're gonna bring our right foot back 30 degrees. We know this, left knee bends, most of us over the ankle. Take a deep, we did a lot of lunges with the knee bent. Now the leg is straight and we rise up into our classic Virabhadrasana 1. I attune my will to the source of all power. Forgot to say, you can use weights here if you'd like. I attune my will to the source of all power. Actually, the weights might be a little trickier in this transition because this third one, what we're going to do is we're going to reach forward. Our arms come back, but our upper body jets forward. And we're going to bend this right knee and take a couple steps and do a balance of lifting our right knee up. This could be your balance pose, or you could take it into tree if that's accessible for you on the inner thigh, or tapping the foot down. So either knee forward or knee out. If you'd like, the arms are like the branches of the tree. We're affirming, even if we're wobbling, the deep calmness and poise within, our deep center within, in our belly, and our roots. We want to root down in our balance poses as we rise. And then we're going to step back and do it one more time. So we're just going to get that feeling first, and then we'll flow. So get those hips facing forward. Inhale. Reaching up. Exhale. Opening. I attune my will to the source of all power. 3 times we'll do this. Inhaling, and now on the exhale, we reach forward, and then maybe 1 step forward, maybe not. Plant down to get rooted. Root to rise, and we root down on that left leg. We rise up. Again, this could be your balance. I forgot to say you can add a twist, or you can go into tree. Hands can be here. They don't have to lift up. Just 3 to 5 breaths. Affirming a calm poise within. And then step down. Flow around. Again. The throat chakra, the creativity, it's, dance, music, expression, that's all part of it. Flowing with life. And a radiant heart, keep returning to. All right, right foot forward, left foot back. Tracking that knee over the second toe, frontal facing hips. We know where we're going now. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, affirming. I attune my will to the source of all power. I attune my will to the source of all power. This third one, we sweep the arms down as we step forward. We root down that right leg. We bend the left knee. This could be our pose or add a twist, or keep focus on a point in front of you. The tree, it will be different on this side. Maybe the arms are like the branches rising up. And to calmness and poise, finding our stability. It could be another affirmation, finding stability, coming back to it, even with the challenges. And we'll flow one more time. Knee forward, bend the knee back to Virabhadrasana one. Find your space where you feel balanced, wide enough. Frontal facing hips, right hip back, left foot forward. Inhale. Arms up. Exhale. Expand. I attune my will to the source of all power. One more time. And we flow forward gradually, stepping forward. Get those roots down, down, down deep. And then lifting up. I'm going to stay here rather than tree it. Poised. Finding the balance. I just touch into tree. And then we'll finish this standing series by stepping the feet pretty wide before we go to the earth. Toes in, heels apart, star pose. Expansive. And then hands on the hips coming down with a straight spine. Using a bolster maybe to help touch the earth. Elongate the spine, tuck the chin a little bit. We're going to add that twist. The right fingertips face the left hand, the whole torso twist to the side. Inhale, head to tail connected. Exhale, the left palm faces in. The right elbow bends, the upper body just eases down toward the earth. And then we extend, the spine elongates. The left palm faces away from you, the right arm straightens, and then we soften the right elbow, but the left arm is still straight, the left palm just faces inward, the upper body relaxes. One more. Inhale, left palm away, bring that left palm down, elongate the spine, fingertips forward to start, and of course to the other side. Left fingertips face the right hand, the whole torso twists, and elongate the spine, reaching up. Exhale, right palm in, upper body relaxes, left elbow bends. Let go. Inhale, extend. Energize. And then keep this left arm energized, but the right palm in, the left elbow bends, the upper body relaxes. Last one, inhale. Right palm away from you, head to tail connected, both arms straight. And bring this right arm down. And just walk your hands out to the ankles. Let the brain relax. We need it, of course, with the thinking mind, all that, but it's really, really good to drop into the heart, find to the wisdom of the heart. And then we're going to transition. I know this isn't, it may be available to everybody because of the knees. If possible, we'll heel toe, but we'll take a Malasana for a moment, a deep squat if you can. So good for the digestive organs, but if not, just come onto the sit bones, onto your seat. And we'll begin the restorative. We'll release our back before we go into Shavasana. So now I'll come down onto the sit bones. And okay, body. Thank you, body. As we ripple down, low back, mid back, upper back, melts down. We fold the knees in. Extend the legs up. The arms up, a plug in the shoulders. Shake it out. Shake it out. We're going to breathe in our joints. And we're going to hug both knees in. We're going to bring both knees over to the right. Stacking. Pressing through the right elbow, rooting the shoulders down. Head is turning gently away from those bent knees. The arms can come out to the side. And we sweep the left arm above our head. And that windshield wiper. And affirming divine life is within me and all around me. Divine life is within me and all around me. That's the deepest truth of our nature. It's already whole, already free, already aware. And then we return to it, even though it could seem so far away, but we can return because that's our deepest truth. Opening the heart, engaging the core, lifting the knees up. And I'm going to just come up, do this to reset. Opening the knees and then bringing the knees over to the left. Press down through that left arm, extend through the right. You could have your hands here or open out. And then let the head go long as well. As we have a beautiful affirmation. If we could say this throughout the day, that would be great. Not just only in our yoga pose, but as we get off the mat. Divine life is within me and all around me. Expand the heart. Coming back onto the spine. And just like we started, before we go into Shavasana, if this is okay on your back, just take a moment and Supta Baddha Konasana with the hands on the heart. We're laying on the floor rather than upright. And just returning to the fullness of the heart. Natural radiance. Non-separate, non-dual awareness. That's what that feels like for you. We'll continue this as we move into our Shavasana. So getting yourself set in a comfortable seat, whether that's legs up the wall, over a couch, over a chair with this imaginary chair here, or in our classic Shavasana with legs extended. Get yourself as cozy and comfortable as possible. So we're not obviously doing any more big movements, we're really going and feeling the movement within, the divinity within. Okay. Get yourself set up. Remember how we started, and hopefully feel that shift of moving from self-limitation to self-realization. And we'll be playing them with this throughout our days, but really allowing ourselves to get comfortable. Every thought as a bridge to return to divine grace. And as you're settling in, if it's helpful to take a double breath, do a short, long inhale. Tense the body, vibrate with energy. This is what you could do with a negative thought as well. And then double breath, exhale. Replace it with that wholeness. So starting with the head, if you're in a position to do so, releasing the head gently from side to side. Eventually, the head comes back into alignment with the spine. Opening hopefully the 1,000-petal lotus is open in the crown chakra. We're opening to gratitude, to peace, flowing through your body, your mind, healing, rejuvenating, returning to wholeness of spirit. Softening any lines or tension around the eyes, the forehead, and let those eyes relax deep into their sockets. It's just a gentle inward, upward focus to the sixth chakra, seat of wisdom and intuition and guidance. This is a place to ask for guidance in the sixth chakra, whatever you're going through. Relaxing the upper and lower jaw. Notice sensation of taste inside the mouth, the tongue, the teeth, the gums, and the lips. Keep that gentle focus at the sixth chakra as we tune into the fifth chakra, the throat chakra. Hear that oceanic sound. Notice what you want to create or invoke today. It could be a quality. Notice what comes up. Softening the shoulders, feel that volume of space in the left and the right arms. Sensation, temperature, pulsation in the left and right palms of the hands and fingers and thumb. And notice if you want to place the hands anywhere, belly, heart. My body has the ability to heal. I am healing now. As I breathe into the fourth chakra, the capacity of love, of fullness, of unconditional love. Let my human self rest in the divine self. Let the divine self wrap around my human form. Divine light flows through all my body cells. Then breathe deep into the lungs, deep into the belly. Create an environment to align the chakras for health and healing, safety, security, creativity, flow. All right. Use of power, attuned to my divine will as I move out into the world of whatever actions that need to be performed that come from the highest self. Feel the back body getting heavy, supported. If you're lying on the back body, relaxing the hips and feeling that volume of space through the legs, left and right, the thighs, the knees, the calves, the ankles, all the way through to the soles of the feet, digits of the toes, tops of the feet. I'm grateful. I create an environment for health and healing. My body, my mind, return to spirit. It's already whole, already aware, already free. And can I find perhaps an inner smile or maybe even gentle upward turn of the lips to create that smile representative inner joy and well-being. As we connect to that pure awareness, that full-heartedness, our foundation of goodness. And the practice is continuing to be in this awareness that's whole and free and knowing how to return to it. And most likely we will come in and out, but we can return. We can be. We could share this. Notice as we share this with others, this feeling within ourselves, expanding that to others. We'll do that soon in the sound of Om, but we could start now. And if it's time to move, wiggle the fingers and toes, or you can stay in Shavasana. It's up to you. And if you are coming up to a comfortable seat or you're staying in Shavasana, again, we want to send this to others. And it's a beautiful practice through sound, through the throat chakra, visualization at the sixth chakra, sending healing energy. Usually starts with the people in our family, our friends, the people we know, what's called the inner circle, but then it can move to the middle, colleagues, etc., and then the world. Okay, so if you'd like, rubbing the hands together to generate heat and sharing this energy with others. Inhale. Bringing the hands together in namaste, acknowledging the divine awareness within you, recognizing that in everyone and everything, that's where we are one. As we ease out into this day with conscious awareness, keep attuning to, and then if we find ourselves drifting off, returning. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you here next week. And I will end the recording. Those who want to check in, I know we don't have a lot of time.